Okay, let's dive right in. We've all been there, right? Staring at a blank page, trying to figure out how to put together a cohesive, convincing argument without totally losing our minds. It's a universal struggle. But whether you're tackling a complex exam question or just trying to get your thoughts organized, having a reliable framework is absolutely crucial. So ask yourself, when you're faced with that intimidating blinking cursor, how do you actually build an argument that makes sense? How do you make it clear and compelling? It's a huge hurdle for sure, but honestly, it's one we can easily jump over. Enter the Peel method. It is literally a game changer. It's this super effective framework broken down into 4 simple steps: point, evidence, explain, and link. The whole idea is to help you present one single focused argument per paragraph. That way, your reader is never, ever going to get lost. I love this analogy. Think of this method kind of like peeling an orange. You're just revealing your argument one layer at a time. Doing this creates a paragraph that's completely structured, totally accessible, and easily digestible for anyone reading it. And you know what? You don't have to hold all of this in your head either. There are some really great concrete tools out there, like this paragraph planner from Studiosity. It lets you visually map out these 4 essential steps before you even type a single word. Because let's face it, the planning is just as important as the actual writing. All right, let's warm up with a super simple everyday example so you can see this in action. First up is the point. This needs to be a clear, no-nonsense topic sentence. So for our example, let's just say, eating a cookie is convenient. Next, you drop in the evidence to back that up. Like, why is it convenient? Well, the evidence is pretty clear. Cookies are already pre-baked and individually packaged. Then comes the explain step. This is where you connect the dots for your reader. Here, we'd explain that at home, the cookie jar is usually full and sitting right there on the counter, totally ready to grab. Finally, you hit them with the link. You tie it all back to your main idea. So you conclude that this extreme convenience is exactly why a cookie is the very first snack you reach for after school. See how smoothly that all flows together? Okay, now let's scale things up a bit. Let's tackle a much heavier topic, the digital dilemma of employee monitoring. On one hand, we've got employers wanting to track productivity, and on the other, employees dealing with severe privacy intrusions. Watch how perfectly Peel structures this complex issue. Point: monitoring without knowledge is a privacy intrusion. Evidence: employers use tech like packet sniffers to intercept network traffic. Explain: well, doing this lowers employee morale and actually opens employers up to lawsuits. And link: concluding that monitoring is strictly an invasion of privacy unless employees are properly notified beforehand. And the result? You get this incredibly balanced exam-level conclusion. It impartially acknowledges both sides. Monitoring might be necessary for business productivity, sure, but clear agreements are absolutely essential to avoid major ethical pitfalls. Boom. You've just built a highly sophisticated argument, perfectly packaged. So, armed with this ultimate paragraph hacker's guide, you're pretty much ready to tackle any topic, no matter how intimidating it might seem at first glance. I'll leave you with this. What complex issue will you decode with Peel today?